Good afternoon. Tell me, are you a procrastinator or a genius? Hmm, that's what we're going to discover on today when we talk about decluttering our office. So, I am Rasheeda Green. I am the founder of Mompreneur HQ and the host of the Mom Live Show, our weekly show held every Wednesday at 2 p.m., where we talk about things business, things mom, and things all in between. Because as mom entrepreneurs, we deal with it both, right? So that's what we're talking about on today, whether or not we're a procrastinator or we're a genius. And if you're just joining me live, go ahead and put hashtag live in the comments. If you're watching the replay, certainly go ahead and put hashtag replay. And feel free to make comments, ask questions on the material that we're talking about, and be engaged. This information is surely for you and for me both, as we learn how to run our businesses and our households and win at both. All right, so decluttering our office. We've been talking a lot about organization, especially now that it's the end of the year. We're doing a lot of running around and holiday travels and holiday eating and just getting in the spirit of really taking off. Sometimes at the end of the year, we want to just take off, but we still have work to do. Our business still runs. And part of that is getting our self organized for the end of the year so that at the beginning of the year, we're not starting off in a mess, in upheaval. So today we're going to discuss how, whether or not we're procrastinators or we're geniuses, and we get that from all of the geniuses that in our history, in our time, the Albert Einsteins of the world tend to have been a little on the messy side, but they're geniuses. So what's the problem, right? So if you are a genius and you're kind of on the messy side, but you're like, hey, it's okay with me because I am smart, I am intelligent, and I know where every single piece of pile of paper is, in the pile of chaos. So I'm going to stick on the side of genius. But there have been some studies that have been performed that says that those who live in a constant state of chaos, or this constant pile of papers or this disorganization tend to be procrastinators. So I ask, are you a genius or are you really a procrastinator? All right, so let's get into it for today. So, if you are the type of person who, at the end of the day, clears off your desk to make sure that it is empty, cleared, and ready to go for the next day, then I applaud you. Because that is actually a stress reliever, if you can believe it. Clearing off your desk at the end of the day helps you to clear your mind. It is symbolic of clearing your mind, wiping away the day, letting it go, and getting into relaxation mode. If you leave your desk at the end of the day cluttered and filled with all the papers that you didn't get a chance to get to, or with a bunch of sticky notes that you need to get to that you didn't get to, then it sort of leaves you in a state of distress because you're thinking about the papers on your desk. You're thinking about the things that you were supposed to do. You're thinking about all the items that you left undone. And then before you even get started with your day, because all you have to do is walk to your desk and see that pile of papers, your mind automatically goes to, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. Whereas if you clear the desk off, when you get there in the morning, you're sort of looking at it like, oh, this is a fresh new day. Let's tackle it. So, one of the things we talk about in the Mompreneur HQ is mindset. And believe it or not, mindset is a large part of how we do business. What we do depends on what we believe we can accomplish, what we believe we can get done in a matter of a day, a week, a month, or even a year's plan. It's in our mindset that we're actually able to implement the things that we want to get done. If we're constantly thinking that we didn't get enough done, we're not going to get enough done, because we're telling our mind that it's impossible. And so our mind does everything in its power to think that it's impossible. So we have to train our minds that all things are possible, because they are, especially, me in Christian faith. I believe that to be the case, that all things are possible with God. But in even in the scientific world, people believe that if you put your mind to it, you can do it. And that's because of what has been studied previously about the mind and what it can do. And we are limitless unless we limit ourselves with limited beliefs. Oh yeah, that was good. I think I might have to make that a quotable. But yes, we can either limit ourselves by saying we can't do something. And I know that a lot of parents now just keep saying, "I'm not going to take can't out of your vocabulary" when they're speaking with their children, because they don't want their children to limit themselves by the use of the word can't, when all it might take is some rethinking, some thinking outside of the box, some getting help, and or just really putting some elbow grease in, just really putting in work to get it done, whatever the it is. So going back to clearing off your desk at the end of the day, it's not only a stress reliever, but it really does help you to get your mind focused on the day and not focusing on yesterday. Because seeing all that stuff on your desk puts you in a mindset of the stuff that I didn't get done, the stuff that did not get accomplished. And your mind starts to sulk in that. So we want to make sure that we are clearing off our desk so that we can start our day off with a clean slate. Because because a messy desk may not just be about the messy desk. There can be some inner turmoil going on. And that inner turmoil might be that you're dealing with a lot of stuff outside of work, outside of business, and maybe just in your home or even in your business. And you're just dealing with a lot of stuff. There can be some unresolved issues, even unforgiveness. Think about it. You're trying to run a business. You don't have time to think about who did you wrong, but your mind is still thinking about it. Unforgiveness is really powerful also. And when I talk about a business mindset, it's great to be focused, to have your mind set on what it is that you have to do. And if you have a messy desk and it's generally something else going on, and that then creates procrastination. So think about what's been holding you back in your business. What are those things that stress you out before you even get to really think about it? Because it's in the back of your mind or the forefront of your mind, and you're not particularly dealing with it, you're avoiding it. And when you avoid these things, they stick around longer. So that's why it's generally best to just take it on head on, tackle the situation, get it done so that it's no longer plaguing you in your business decisions and what it is that you're trying to achieve for your life. So mindset is very important. And your mindset can actually be in the look of your desk, the way your desk looks at the end of the day or the start of the day can actually be an indication of what's going on in your head. So let's think about that as we still continue our conversation about organizing and decluttering our space, because we can declutter our mind, we can declutter our office, we can declutter our home. And it's like a weight being lifted when you actually take those things on. All right. Now, some would argue, especially those who are the famous geniuses, that a messy desk spurs creativity. So I'm going to be more creative because this messy desk, it's just reminding me of this thing that I need to get done. It's telling me, giving me ideas because now that I see this space over here, I see this note, I see this sticky, I see this notepad. I'm just gonna. I'm thinking now. I'm creating now. I'm in this mode, and I'm just gonna build this business because that messy desk is an indication that I've been working really hard. And again, that's mindset. You're thinking that the messy desk means you're working really hard, which can possibly be the case. You're just so busy and working so hard that you cannot get to clean up this messy desk. But we want to remind you that although there have been some geniuses like the Albert Einsteins and even Thomas Edison, and most recently the Apple, the owner of Apple, I'm sorry, Mr. Steve Jobs himself, they were all considered geniuses because of the work that they've done and how they've built what they've built. And they were very creative and thoughtful in what they were doing. And they also had messy desks, right? Their environment was usually some type of environment of upheaval, and they were able to do what they needed to do. And actually there's a quote that says, if a cluttered desk is a sign of a cluttered mind, of what then is an empty desk a sign? And that came from Mr. Albert Einstein himself because of the whole conversation around his messy environment. He was like, well, yeah, messy environment. You called me out, sure. But if I have a cluttered mind, then what does an empty desk show? That was his way of getting back. Um, but yes, when you talk about clean versus messy, that's a debate for another day, but it is something to consider in how you operate your business and how you grow your business and what it is that you feel comfortable with. Because at the end of the day, your environment is your environment. And if you can work in an environment that has a lot of clutter and you still feel creative and you're still able to get things done, then go for it. This is your this is your business. This is how you want to do it. Um, but I was just sharing with you that they have some people who have done some research and have said these things about genius versus procrastination. And in most cases, having a cluttered desk just promotes procrastination because it weighs heavily on your mind seeing these things, even if you don't think so. If you keep walking past the pile that's there and you don't, that's avoidance. If it exists and you're avoiding it, then your brain still thinks about it. So it is something to consider when you are actually working in your area. Some of us have library shelves or bookshelves, and our bookshelves, the books aren't in order, they're all over the place. And yes, sometimes we can find what we want off the shelf quickly and easily, and other times maybe not. Um, just take some time to organize little by little, not a whole day's worth of activity, a whole week's worth of just running hard trying to get this thing done, but a little bit by little bit to help you organize your space so that you're able to function and your mind is able to be free to be creative and to get work done. And lastly, what I would say about that is um, think about what we've been talking about being organized, reducing stress. A lot of people in the group actually has um, asked questions like, how do I manage my time? How do I do everything with my family and my business and not be burnt out? And things like that. And sometimes it's the little things that help move the needle in our business. You might not think that a messy desk is a big deal. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal, but I do see where the science is in it. I do see where the physical response to it can be different when you have a cluttered desk versus a clear desk. So, if you're just joining us, we were talking about whether we are procrastinators or geniuses. And that's based on the clutter in our environment. And one of the things that I've developed is the digital business filing system for mompreneurs to help relieve some of the stress that you might experience when you have just clutter all over the place, particularly business clutter on your desk. And the digital business filing system is something that you can use to organize your clutter, whether it be your billing statements, um, bank statements. You can take a copy and put it into your digital business filing system, or you can have links, hyperlinks directly to your statements if you have it stored somewhere like on your Google Drive or directly from the bank. You can also use it for those receipts that you want to keep for budgeting purposes or tax purposes. You take a copy of it and upload it into your from your computer into your digital business filing system, and then you can store those. And guess what? When December 31st comes around or January 1st of the next year comes around, you're not scuffling, shuffling, looking, investigating, um, trying to locate information regarding your taxes because you'll already have it there. Do you have a budget for your business? If you don't, you should look into making a budget for your business. And if you do, you may want to be able to track on a monthly basis all of your income and expenses. You can do that inside your digital business filing system on a monthly basis. If you are the type of person who has um, multiple businesses, for example, the template I give you for the digital business filing system is only one template. But if you have access to the free version of Trello, you can actually copy that board again and use it for your secondary business. If you have clients that you would like to track on a for a particular sales promotion that you did, for example, and they bought the gift set, and you want gift set the holiday gift set, but you want to make sure you remember them when Valentine's Day come around to see if they'll be interested in your products specifically. These are your dream clients. You want to keep them around. I have a client tracking, dream client tracking board within the digital business filing system. So if you had questions about the digital business filing system and you were not clear on what it is or what it does and how it can help you in your business, then drop your questions in the comment field. Drop your questions in the comment field. I will address them accordingly and get you answers so that there is no confusion around the product. If you are a business owner, this would be the product that you would need to help you stay on track. And it's an all-in-one, which means all your information is all in one system that you can use and check in and update with just 10 minutes a day. Do you have a lot of courses that you purchased? Do you have favorite freebies that you have? Because sometimes we get into collecting all these freebies and then lose track of what you already have, and you sign up for something else, and now you just added yourself to another list, but getting the same product pretty much. So what you can do is track your favorite freebies in the digital business filing system. That way, when you want that freebie that you got about the legal services, you can go into your digital business filing system, pull out the tab that says favorite freebies, and pick that document that you wanted, that you were looking for. If there was an infographic that you loved that had the 10 steps to success, for example, you put that in your favorite freebies section, and then you can go and access that at any time. If you have a favorite website design, like you went to, I don't know, Les Brown, just example. If you went to Les Brown's website and you like, oh, his website is the bomb. I like the design. I like how they use the big pictures versus the smaller pictures. And you like that website, and you want to reference that for the new website that you're creating, just go ahead, copy that link, put it into your swipe files folder or list on in the digital business filing system, and boom, you have now a place where you can go to get all of your inspirations, whether it be website inspiration, content inspiration, all in one space. That's what the digital business filing system can do for you. Organize your business all in one place so that you don't have to keep searching around and digging through things to find what you need for your business. Even emails. If you have emails that you get from other people that you think are the bomb.com, save those emails. And you don't have to use up Google storage space that they'll eventually charge you for if you get too much. You can go to the free system that we use for digital business filing system and be able to access those emails or email examples for your future content as inspiration. All right, so that is the organization, the digital business filing system for mompreneurs. Again, we're talking about decluttering our office, and that's definitely a one way to declutter your office by digitizing most of your documents. It can all go from paper to digital file in a matter of 10 minutes a day. You can go from having those stockpiles of receipts that you haven't organized yet into one document by photocopying them and uploading into the document. You can upload them into just a list that you create called receipts, or you can actually take your time and upload them into the month that you have for that you use that you purchase the item into the month of the file under budget. So if you bought a new laptop in September, you can take a picture of that receipt, or if it's already a digital receipt, put a URL to it and drop it in your digital business filing system under under the budget list in September. That way, you know in September you bought that item. Easy, right? It helps to organize your space, and it's easy to be able to access it all in one. You don't have to have a million apps open across your screen, which I can be guilty of. I go from tab to tab to tab, but that's one of the things that has helped to reduce all the going back and forth. When somebody asks you, "Oh, well, what's the link to your digital business filing system?" I can go right there, get the link out of the digital business filing system and share it. Oh, where's your headshot so I can do the posts for Friday? Well, headshot located in my digital business filing system, and I drop it right there into the take it from the digital business filing system and drop it right into the email, letting my team know here's the headshot you requested for the social post for Friday. So that's that. If you have any additional questions, um, oh, that's the digital business filing system. So if you're interested in purchasing the digital business filing system, feel free to go to the mompreneurhq.com, and we'll put the tab also in our comments, and hit the digital business filing system. It is something that I believe that every business owner should have some type of digital filing system to remove the clutter and clear your space so that you can also clear your mind of unnecessary clutter that's going to keep you in the procrastinator section. Maybe not so much as the genius, but they have proven there have been geniuses who've had messy desk and environment spaces that have done wonderful, made lifelong impressions on nations and the world. So the question was, and when we started, are you a procrastinator or are you a genius? We want to know. Go ahead and put it in the comments. Hashtag genius or hashtag procrastinator. Be honest, be truthful. We're all family, right? So if you have any other questions concerning business, how to start a business, getting a program together, starting your own signature program or your signature offer, deciding on what it is that you want to do, who it is that you want to work with, what's my niche or my niche. Um, these are all questions I can help you with as a business coach. But if you want to get on the line just to see what it is that you want to do, what your business is, what is your business idea, and how I can help, and if we're a good fit to work together, then join me on a clarity call at www.themompreneurhq.com/clarity call. It's a 20-minute, no obligation call where we'll talk about your business and how I can help, and if we're a good fit to work together to actually get you on the path that you would like to be on to business success. Thank you once again for joining me here on the Mom Live at the Mompreneur HQ. If you are not a part of the Mompreneur HQ group, the private Facebook group, I would just implore you to go ahead and join the Facebook group. As these pages, I've been sharing some information with you, but the lives that we've been doing, they won't stay on the page. They're going to be in the group going for starting in the new year. So I want you to get all of this goodness, all of this information that we share to our Mompreneur HQ family. I want you to be able to still get that, have access to the information, the trainings that we do here, but I'm going to be doing that in the group. So if you are a fan or of the Facebook page of my business page, and you've been watching me since, I think we've been doing this since February, every week showing up on Facebook Live. If you enjoy the content, if you have learned something, if you are starting a business and these live sessions have been helpful to you, then I would implore you to go ahead and sign up, request to join the Mompreneur HQ um, Facebook group, not the business page, the Facebook group, so that you can continue to get access to great information in 2022. All right, thank you. And it is my pleasure to be your host of the Mompreneur HQ. It's Rasheeda Green. And until next time.